Happy Monday morning, friends. I had been meaning to do this weekend, but I I try to wait for opportunities to actually film a video when I look halfway decent, and that requires me to do stuff to my appearance. So I try to save my actually filming a video when I look better. But anyway, yeah, yesterday was incredibly windy. It was so windy, and where there's wind, there is snow where I live. And I woke up this morning to hearing somebody plowing with hand plowing the sidewalks around where I live. I'm like, did it snow? And I look out the window in Denver. There isn't like snow everywhere. I think I'll be okay, though. It's not enough to like stop me from being able to get where I'm going to go. But I wanted to talk about something. I had put out this video the other day, just an impromptu, which I do sometimes, and I was talking about the idea of making a move, of just making a move. And then, I had this epiphany. Y'all know how I talk about that. God, so silly. Anyway, I had this massive epiphany, and and I was thinking about they talk about stepping into the unknown. I love that. And then I talked about diving into the unknown, but there have been times where I've been shoved into the unknown. So I'm standing on this podium, and the unknown's on the other side, and then somebody's, circumstances just, and then I'm in the unknown and trying to figure it out. And my only safety net at the time was my mother, who financially helped me for a percentage of time. And I had to figure it out. And back then, I was really trying to not do what I had always done before, which was go find employment. But I just didn't know how to do it. I really didn't. I didn't have the wherewithal, and I can't even say that I do now have the wherewithal. I'm laughing because I'm very honest. And so I had looked into possibly leaving the position I'm in and moving to where I want to be without employment. And so I put it out to the universe, and I'm like, okay, I would like to move into a place where I am not employed, where I am amounts of income, and I want to say large amounts of income are coming into my physicality. And then there are some people and their schools of thought that you have to provide something in order to have these large sums of income coming into your physicality. And I mean, I could be just hugely mistaken, but I've already done that. I've already done that. I mean, like, I put out so much material. I mean, between my podcasting and my YouTubes, I don't know, I have at least about 350 YouTubes, and I don't even know, probably the same amount of podcasts. I don't know how many podcasts I've had out there. And I've been writing. I've written, actually self-published a couple of books, and then I have a project. So, and I have to say this because I did have I mean, it wasn't like billions of dollars, but I did have a substantial sum of money that did come into my physicality. as a gift. And that was from my mother. My mother passed away and she left me a sizable amount of money. Most of which, I always have to say this, is like reinvested for my future. So I have to say, it just cracks me up. So I'm going to share this little story about, I was at an event and we were doing a meditation, and it was a walking meditation, and I could feel my mother and my dad. Both of my parents are on the other side. Just an aside, I mean, I just don't understand, like, the headline. It said such and such found dead. I'm like, it just sounds so terrible. Like, I'm like, oh my God, no, my parents are happy in the next realm, wherever we go when we are not in our, what I laugh and call spacesuit. So we leave our spacesuit and then we become, I guess non-physical, I suppose. I don't know. I just, but anyway, so my mother and both my parents were with me in this meditation, and they were just so, I'm sorry, I don't have any other word, and it sounds silly. They were just saying things to me that I suppose I wish my mom had said when she was alive. I mean, in her physical body. But she told me point blank, she told me to quit my job and to write my book, which was so not like my mom. My mom would have never said that. My mom was incredibly responsible, which is why she had the capacity to leave not me, but 3 girls with a pretty big nest egg. Okay, so I'm getting back to this whole idea, that we have to indeed, hustle. We have to hustle in order to have money come into our physicality. You have to work hard. I was gifted that money from somebody who loved me. So I don't know that it's about the necessarily working hard. I mean, I sort of see that I have to do something, but I'm not sure, and I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not sure where it's going to come from. But I think part of my angst about stepping into the unknown again, quitting my job and getting an Airbnb where I would like to be for a few months is this crippling fear. I'm admitting that. Having to do with the time that I was shoved into the unknown. And without the financial help of my mother, I don't know what I would have done. I just don't know. So I haven't figured this out. I don't know exactly where money comes from. I know that it does come from hard work. It can come from hard work but even that, and I just want to say this. Even that, I used to think about somebody in my life who made more than 5 times as much money than I did per year, per hour, per everything. And I had done all the seemingly correct things. I had gone to college. I had a graduate degree. I worked hard. I was the sole breadwinner of the house. I was a single mom, and I worked hard. And this other one, I'm not saying that this other person didn't work hard, but how was their hour or their occupation worth 5 times mine? So I got to seeing that it wasn't necessarily about hard work. It's about something else. It's about a mindset. Because the person I'm referring to never had a mindset of like failure, or a mindset that they would be rich. They were always rich, and they were always going to be rich. And this person, I used to call a money magnet, because it almost seems like money just latched on to this person. $100 bills. Always had like a whole bunch of $100 bills. But anyway, I share with you all my journey, my life, my practice. And that is what I was thinking about this weekend, that I thought might be useful for other people. I'll keep you guys like onto what I had been contacted by this person, and I was invited to book this, but I didn't. And I wasn't ready to take the dive, I guess, because of my crippling fear. So I'm working through that. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back.